we are very disturbed about it. When Mr. Tinubu and Shettima emerged, we knew their history with violence. But we were surprised when we now saw the violence visited at a rally in Kaduna, also now repeating itself in Maiduguri. We are very worried. We are also aware that the APC supporters in Lagos have used violence repeatedly during elections. So I believe we shouldn't give this just lip service. We should take this front and center.
How do you mean repeatedly? Because we had the APC representative in Lagos say Labour Party presidential candidate has been able to visit states that are governed by APC leadership and they've been able to carry out their campaigns.
He's visited no more states. I'm specific about Mr. Shettima and the records of Bola Tinubu through elections in Lagos State. That's what I'm telling you, okay? You saw what happened also in Osun State when after the governorship election, supporters of the APC went and bombed shops for traders they suspected voted for Jackson. Now, we think this is dangerous. The Agberos who are being raised in Lagos, what are they being raised for? So we need to start now to make sure elections are peaceful, because that's the only thing that threatens the election. If we see violence, we already have been seeing on television, on social media, some people threatening that if anybody comes out, they will kill in Borno State. I think what the police should have done is whoever made those videos, because they didn't hide their face, have them invited. And as you caution them, other people will know that visiting violence on peaceful agitators in politics is against the law.
In order to identify where this challenge seems to be springing up, can your party actually absorb itself of culpability in this regard? Because remember, several people did accuse your party of stoking violence on the social media platforms, which they say culminated, may have spilled over in some areas.
No. What you have, Labour Party supporters are vehement, emotional crusaders. Now, these are supporters that were on the streets before Mr. P.K.Obi was now appointed to provide a face for their struggles. These are not normal politicians. These are Nigerian youths. And Nigerian youths are not known to be violent. When they were protesting 2 years ago, when this proper revolution took shape, the government tried to violently suppress them. But the government was not able to. And so you've now seen those people who have been used to being suppressed violently by the APC government. They have never reacted. They have never shown their own violence. These are the same youths we're talking about.
No, was that really APC government or miscreants?
It was the APC government that shot at youths. It is the government. If the army and the police are under you and they use little force on peaceful marching civilians, the government bears the brunt. The government bears the blame. It is the APC government that has not been able to control trigger-happy people. And what we're saying is the same youths that are now leading the organic movement for the Labour Party are the same ones that the government have been very used to suppressing violently. So our own supporters have suffered more in the hands of government than any other group of people. And that's why we're saying we seek to build a new Nigeria that will be inclusive, including the rights of citizens not to be molested and violated by government, as it was the case.
So how do you come to that kind of conclusion that your supporters suffer in the hands of government? Because different states have different parties who lead them. So are you accusing those?
We are on record to enjoy the greatest followership of the youths. The Labour Party is a party that the youths have given their trust to. So when we talk, we will always remember how the youth suffer in the hands of President.
All parties have youth supporting them massively.
All parties do not have the organic movement that the youths are driving, and the youths said that they have tested Buhari's government. They have tested the PDP's game as they see two of them like two Siamese twins. And that's why the youth are following the Labour Party. That's what differentiates the Labour Party from the legacy parties. We are with the youth, and they seek a new Nigeria. And we are saying that we are very, very, very full of evidences that government have been violent against Nigerian youth.
Mr. Cash did accuse the APC government of fomenting violence on Nigerian youth, he says. We do have some response, but we'd like to get Mr. Faleye to quickly speak to that because we still need to talk about their plans and programs. So, Mr. Faleye, what do you say to his direct accusation against the APC?
Thank you. I think they are unfounded, and that's just it. Because I don't understand where he got that from. Historically, Lagos has been
Lekki was by the APC government.
Historically, Lagos has been the bastion of free and fair election without violence. Lagos is where all the states look up to as to the conduct of elections and electoral stakeholders. So Asiwaju has been at the forefront of campaigning for peaceful elections, and I really don't see where he's getting his idea from. Like we said, whilst we can trade blames as to how and why this has happened, I think it's important that we focus on the issues and we begin to talk on our plans for Nigerians, basically, rather than trading blames on what is happening and what is not happening.